Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Definite Learning. In our previous video, we did the explanation of the poem Somebody's Mother, and today we are going to do the exercises given here. So let us see. The first exercise given here is let us discuss. Arrange the events of the poem in the correct order of occurrence. Share your answers with your classmates and teacher. So here some sentences have been given and we have to arrange these sentences as per the sequence of events in the poem. So let us see. The first sentence would be, the old woman stood alone at the crossing, hesitant to move. The next is, a group of schoolboys passed by, playing and laughing. Next is, the children hurried past the old woman without offering help. Next, the boy offered to help the old woman cross the street. Next one, the woman placed her hand on the boy's arm and he guided her safely across the street. Next one is, the boy returned to his friends feeling proud of what he had done. Next is, the boy thought about his own mother and hoped someone would help her one day. And the last one is, the woman prayed for the boy who helped her. So the right sequence will be 2, 3, 6, 4, 7, 1, 8, 5. So now let us see the next one. Fill in the blanks by choosing the correct answer from the options given. The central theme of the poem is kindness and empathy, and the second option is adventure and courage. So right answer will be kindness and empathy. This poem highlights caring for a helpless stranger. Empathy means to understand and share someone else's feelings. So here the boy in this poem, he understands the feelings of the old woman. He shows empathy and kindness towards the old woman. So the correct option will be kindness and empathy. Next, the tone of the poem is humorous and playful. There is nothing humorous in this poem. Sympathetic and hopeful. Yes, this will be the correct option. The poem shows the boy's sympathy towards the old woman, but it ends with hope because of the boy's act. The poem is written in couplets with 4 lines in each stanza. The structure of the poem gives a rhythmic flow that reflects both the narrative and emotions, story, space and message. So the correct option will be narrative and emotions. The steady rhythm carries both the story and its feelings. The poem follows a rhyme scheme of, now here two options have been given. So the right option will be A, B, B. We can see the rhyme scheme here in the stanzas. See, her aged hand on his strong young arm. Arm rhymes with harm. So A. Now along, strong. The sound matches, that's why B. So the rhyme scheme of the poem will be A, B. Now let us see the next one. Pick examples from the poem for the following poetic devices: simile, alliteration, and repetition. For simile, came the boys like a flock of sheep. Simile. What is simile? A figure of speech in which two different things are compared using the words like or as. A poetic device that compares the things using the words like or as. So here we can see the example of this line. See here, the boys were coming The boys were coming like a flock of sheep. So the group of boys has been compared with flock of sheep here using the word like. So here is simile. Next is alliteration. What is alliteration? The woman was old. The woman was old. Here is alliteration in this line. So first of all, repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of closely connected words is called alliteration. When the same consonant sound is repeated at the beginning of closely connected words. So here woman, was. These are closely connected words in the same line, and both the words begins with W, were sound. So were sound is being repeated here. That's why this is alliteration. Next one is repetition. Repetition is what? Uh, a poetic device in which the same word, phrase, or line is used more than once in a poem to create emphasis, rhythm, or emotion. So here we can see in this poem somebody's mother. See, this this phrase somebody's mother here, and again somebody's mother has been used here. So repetition of this word tells us that this is a repetition. So here we have seen example of simile is the boys came the boys like a flock of sheep. Alliteration, we can see other examples of alliteration here, and repetition is somebody's mother. This phrase has been repeated in this poem. So next exercise is complete the following sentences appropriately explaining the imagery. Imagery is a description that creates image. A description in the poem that creates image. So here the poem uses imagery to describe scenes of a bustling street. We know this by the phrase bustling street. So the phrase will be amid the throng of human beings who passed her by. Amid the throng of human beings who passed her by. Let us see the next. The line, the street was wet with a recent snow, suggests a cold and slippery weather, emphasizing the woman's helplessness. Now see the next. Complete the following sentence with a suitable reason. The poet repeats the phrase somebody's mother because it reminds the reader that the old woman was also a mother and she deserves love, care, and respect. Next, complete the analogy. The old woman, vulnerable and neglected. So the young boy was kind and passionate. The young boy was kind and passionate. Now the next exercise is let us think and reflect. So here two extracts have been given and some questions on the basis of these extracts. So let us see the first one here. See, the woman was old and ragged and grey and bent with the chill of the winter's day. The street was wet with the recent snow and the woman's feet were aged and slow. So see here, what does the phrase ragged and grey refer to? So ragged and grey. Grey means the woman was old and ragged. He wore torn clothes. So here, uh, first the woman's emotional state that day. No. The woman's old and worn out appearance. Weather conditions of the particular day. the color of the street and the surroundings. So the correct option will be B, the woman's old and worn out appearance. See the next. Complete the following sentence with a suitable reason. The woman was bent with the chill of the winter's day because she was bent with the chill because she was very old and shivering from the cold. The woman was very old and shivering from the cold. Next, identify the fact and opinion from the following sentences. So here two sentences have been given. We have to find out which one is fact and which one is opinion. The street was wet with recent snow. Yes, this is the fact. This is the fact in the point. The street was wet. The woman was too weak to cross the street on her own. So this is the opinion, that the woman was so old, so weak that she could not cross the street on her own. So this is opinion. Now see the next one. Why do you think the woman's feet were described as aged and slow? Her feet were called aged and slow because old age made her steps stiff and slow. Because of old age, her steps has become stiff and slow. Now see the next one. He guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were firm and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. Questions here are: what does the contrast between trembling feet of the old woman and the firm and strong feet of the boy emphasize? So the contrast highlights the weakness of age versus strength of youth. Weakness of age versus strength of youth. Fill in the blank given below by selecting the correct option from the brackets. The poem tells us that the boy was proud that his feet were strong. This tells us that the boy was arrogant about being strong, grateful for his ability to help. So here, boys did not show any sign of arrogance. So the correct option will be grateful. He was grateful for his ability to help. Next, what is the boy most likely to tell his friends on getting back? When he returned after helping the old woman, what the boy most likely to tell his friends? So the options are: I am glad I could help her, I am worried about her safety, I am surprised she forgot to thank me, I am thankful for all your support. No, the first one is right option. First one is right. I am glad I could help her. Rectify the false sentence given below. Rectify to correct. Correct the false sentence given below. The young boy's actions were driven by a logical decision. No, there was no logic. There was no profit of the boy. The young boy's actions were driven by compassion. Compassion, or you can say kindness. The young boy's actions were driven by kindness, compassion. So here these are the questions, and I will provide you the questions in written form. So that's all in today's video. We will do these activities. Let us learn. Let us speak and write in the next video. So stay connected. Till then, goodbye.